What's going on, y'all? We're back with another one from my guy TAKASHii in Japan. From Japan, my bad. But last time we reacted to the GOAT anime. So he went around asking people in Japan their GOAT anime. This time we're gonna react to the most overrated anime. So should have some interesting takes here. I look forward to seeing what some people say. And hopefully some animes that I have high regard for are not on this list, but you know, everybody got their own opinion.
Any anime you think it's overrated?
My issue with Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm gonna hear him out, but no, not at all. Not overrated at all.
Is that
The story could be better. It would.
Thoughts? I don't watch My Hero. I watched the first season. That was it. I'm gonna give it a chance one day. One day, and whenever that does happen, I will binge watch it. But I don't have any opinions here.
Have so much potential.
I watched it when I was young, so it made me think a lot about.
I didn't
my own
watch this
life.
one.
When you reach the last episode, I wish they would continue. That's how good it is.
Gold, greatest anime of all time.
Okay.
Hey guys, hi there, I'm Takashi from Japan. So today I'm going to interview people in Japan what anime is overrated. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell my opinion, overrated, underrated, my most favorite anime of all time. So please watch until then. Okay, let's get started. Any anime you think it's overrated?
I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but One Piece, bro.
You think it's overrated?
I don't like what. There's too many episodes. I mean, like, I've read the manga, I get the story, but why is bro not Pirate King by now? Like, it's 1,000 episodes for what? To watch him do the same thing over and I get he's not doing the same thing over and over again, but like 1,000 episodes is way too much.
I don't really watch anime. Is there any anime that you can recommend to someone who doesn't watch anime usually?
Takashi don't watch anime? What? Or is he just speaking on behalf of those people? But I don't know, man. I have not watched One Piece because I agree it's too many episodes for me. But I'm not gonna say it's overrated. Of the simple fact that you can't make a show go for 1,000 episodes if it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got some filler in there, but there's no way a studio is going to give you budget to create a show with 1,000 episodes if it's not good. So I don't know.
Somebody that doesn't watch anime usually, I would say start off with a 12-episode, one-season anime called Erased on Netflix, and then.
Hey, yeah, I like Erased. That's a good one. Very good one.
Then go up to Attack on Titan. It's a very complex story, but it's easy to understand.
I don't know if I would jump from Erased to Attack on Titan, but because those are two different totally different like anime, like genres. So I don't know if I would do that. Because you know it depends on the person's preference, but I think I don't know, man. Attack on Titan. I mean, like I've heard of people starting with Attack on Titan or starting early, but I do agree with what he said. Start with something short that's like 12 episodes, and then you know. But I don't know. I mean, it depends on the individual. You know, if they are into action anime. But what I like about Attack on Titan is the psychological aspect of it. The constant plot twist. They keep changing the goalpost on what the end goal feels like it is. You know what I mean? I love it, bro. And it's like you can't really predict what's gonna happen next consistently in that show.
And there's only 4 seasons. It's about to finish.
It's not
And then I would say
cliche
move
at all.
Up to Dragon Ball Z, the classic, and then start Bleach, and then Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
What's your most favorite
those some
anime
jumps.
of all time? Just one.
Shingeki no Kyojin, aka Attack on Titan.
What anime is overrated?
I think Bleach is incredibly overrated because 70% of the show is filler. If you watch 100 episodes of Bleach, only 30 of them something actually happens. All the other stuff is just nothing. So I'm not wasting my time watching that.
What about underrated anime?
Underrated. There's a anime called Dead Man Wonderland. That's a great anime.
Oh my gosh. You know, I was talking to my cousin and he was saying, bro, he was like, they start animes and don't finish them. This was that for me, bro. I don't know. I don't read manga like that anymore. I used to when I was younger, but I'm like, I just want the visual adaptation. That's all I want. But this show, bro, oh my gosh. When I tell you, I enjoyed it so much when I watched it, and to see that I didn't get an ending. If they did continue the anime, y'all let me know. But I'm not aware of that at all. But man, this was at that time. Like at the time, I wouldn't mind rewatching it actually, because that was so long ago. But this was good. I was so hurt that they didn't finish it.
It doesn't end where the manga ends, but I don't meet many people who have seen it, and I think it's amazing. So
Why do you think it's amazing?
it's a little bit darker. I like darker anime. It's kind of deep, and it has like an interesting story, and it has like social commentary stuff. And I like anime that does stuff like that.
Can you give me an example? If you like this anime, you're gonna watch it.
I think if you like Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, you'll definitely like this one. If you've seen Mirai Nikki, Future Diary, I think
I've seen this one here. This is one I wouldn't mind rewatching, because I think this is a shorter one. I binge watched it, so I genuinely cannot even give a description of exactly what went on, but I know it left a good impression on me. But I mean, that's the cool thing about anime. You can watch so many, and you at least remember the feeling it gave you. So when you rewatch it again, you barely remember anything, but it's like you can experience that feeling again. That's pretty cool. Neon Genesis, I know that's like an all-time anime. That's one of the ones that's like a classic. I may check that out one day.
you'll also really like Dead Man Wonderland.
What's your most favorite anime of all time?
Probably Evangelion. It's gotta be. It's such a classic. Good art style, good story, great voice acting. It's just everything about it is really, really good, I think. Just like adulthood and like being a teenager, the emotional topics. I watched it when I was young, so it made me think a lot about my own life. So now when I see it, it reminds me about myself. I'm like, oh, like I've thought this and I've felt this, and yeah.
What anime is overrated?
Oh, it's a lo-fi clip that I listened to, a lo-fi track that I listened to, and this kid, he was like, "Who am I? What am I?" And I think it came from Neon Genesis. I'm like, bro, this is very thought provoking. For like, I can't imagine. It was an older anime. Like I remember, I think I found the clip, and I'm like, this is very thought provoking. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but like, yeah, that was just my thought process on it when I seen that clip and heard it.
I think Boku no Hero Academia.
Why?
I like the characters have so much potential, which is really good, and the world too, the world building. But the story could be better. It would have so much potential, but it's very overrated. I mean, it started good, that's why I get the hype, but I think it didn't like continue well. So that's why I think it's overrated.
What about underrated anime?
I think it's Made in Abyss. I feel like, it's pretty popular among the people who have watched it, but I also feel like a lot of people don't give it a chance because drawing style of the characters is very special. They look like very childish or like a baby, which many people are too scared to, like, no, I'm not gonna watch this. But the world building is incredible, and like all of the drawings, it's not like any other anime I've watched, I think, and it's very brutal, even though they look like kids. So I think more people should give it a chance.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
It's always going to be Attack on Titan.
Ooh.
The story is just, I like the story, the music, the way it's drawn. I don't know. I
can't argue that, bro.
Got me so hooked. And like,
I cannot argue that. Attack on Titan made its way. I'm checking out. I'm looking for clips for like Made in Abyss. This looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like my pick of anime, but I would give it a shot. But no, with Attack on Titan, man, I think Attack on Titan crept its way into that conversation of one of the best animes of all time. And again, people who have that as their opinion, I respect it. I think the writing for it was really, really exceptional.
They have a lot of plot twists, which I like. If you watch it, you think it's about this thing. And then there's like a plot twist where all you thought was true was like a lie, or like it's not what you thought it was. So
Exactly.
from then you have to speculate like, oh, why did this happen? And why did they never talk about this? And you get to think a lot. In the end, usually like it turns out not as you expected. So that's why I like it a lot.
So
The only thing I didn't like is having to wait for episodes and having to wait a year for a new season. But that brings the enjoyment of being able to go back and rewatch the entire thing. Because there was I probably watched season one like twice, 2 or 3 times. Probably watched season 2 maybe twice, season 3 maybe twice. But again, because of the delay in seasons, you know, going back to refresh. But again, like an anime like that, like I said, that experience of watching from start to end, oh my gosh, mind blowing with the storyline, man.
what anime is overrated?
Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to think that until I started watching it. Like I watched like the first, so I like, I can't really get into it. I think I gave it more of a shot, and then as time went by, I was like, you know, let me go rewatch it, and I can't remember if I rewatched the entire first season or if I got like a few episodes deep, but I did have that same thought process initially until I watched the entire thing, and I'm like, oh man, nah, they got me.
Is the most overrated anime of all time. Not even a debate. It's 100% carried by the animation. It has 0 plot twists. It's always the same kind of a story. So if you have watched a lot of anime, you know that there is nothing unique in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Same kind of a story that you already probably watched in tons of anime, but with a beautiful animation. The only good thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba is Shinobu Kocho and the fight against Upper Moon 1. That would be fantastic, but besides that, the story is absolutely bad.
What anime is underrated?
I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it is somewhat cliche. Like the hero, you know what's gonna happen. Yeah, not a lot of plot twists, but I mean, you know, every anime is not the same, and you know, I think people enjoy it for what it is, and you know, I think just watching the main character's journey and seeing the villain be put on such a high pedestal, and there are so many levels just to even get to him, and you get sneak peeks of his power, it kind of like, you know, I think that's what keeps the viewer coming back, I guess. I don't know, but you know, everything isn't Death Note, everything isn't Code Geass, everything isn't Attack on Titan, you know. And I mean, I had to accept that after watching animes like Death Note, you know, or what's another one that I liked? Psycho Pass. I'm trying to think of any other one, but yeah, you know, every anime can't be the same, and you know, there are cliche ones out there, but I think I like Demon Slayer myself. I mean, I don't know if he's watched the entire thing, you know, caught up, but if he hasn't, you know, I don't know. I mean, he probably has.
Rated.
Bungo Stray Dogs, the story is a masterpiece. It has a lot of plot twists. Characters are relatable. One of the main characters in the side.
I'm adding this to my list. I like the style of anime that he likes. So if that's what he's on, then
He's super smart. He's probably one of the smartest guys in all anime. And if you like mystery, you gotta watch Bungo Stray Dogs. Japan is quite famous, but overseas is not that quite famous. I don't know why.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
Shingeki no Kyojin, aka Attack on Titan, is the greatest anime of all time. Not even a debate. Like, it has the best storytelling, the best plot twist, The ending was fantastic.
I want to hear
gold.
I want to hear a list of his recommendations because I the type of anime that he likes, that's my favorite type of anime.
Gold, greatest anime of all time. Not even a debate.
What anime is overrated?
Dude, I'm sorry, Jujutsu Kaisen. My issue with Jujutsu Kaisen is that it's so complicated. They literally had to put a narrator on there to explain what is going on. Like, Yuji has this power. This person has.
Okay, no, that I didn't really notice that until this last season and later into this last season. I respect that. There was a lot about this last season that felt rushed. I'm gonna hear him out. I respect what he's saying to an extent, but I think it's a great anime.
Has this power. When he does this XYZ, ABC, then you'll finally understand. Like, I'm sitting there, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what is happening? Season 2 had some really good, like, fight scenes, but the pacing, it was just kind of like, it's okay. I don't know who the main character is anymore. First season, I don't even remember it. Like, I don't even remember it.
What anime is underrated?
An underrated anime is season 1 of ReZero. Bro, I loved that anime. It was so good. I don't think a lot of people liked it and didn't really understand what it was, but it is such a
I can't remember if I watched that or not.
That has to do with depression, mental struggle.
Why it's only season 1?
Because season 2, they kind of just go heavy into the lore and less about the character. So it's more about like, okay, now the plot's moving forward, we're doing this XYZ. But before, it was like a character study of Subaru and his deterioration as a person. And it was, the shock value was really good. And I don't think a lot of people like it because I think season 2 has kind of devolved into waifus and just like cute girls and stuff. So it's an underrated anime for sure.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
I'm a weeb, man. Like, my favorite anime of all time was K-On!
I don't.
I mean, okay.
Yo,
Based
K-On!,
off the picture, I don't think I would watch that.
Was my most.
No offense.
Actually, that is the anime that got me to Japan, which is why I wanted to come to Japan. It was like my very first like real slice of life anime where you're literally just hanging out with these girls, playing music. I was in a band at the time too, and I loved music, and I was into music production.
I don't mind slice of life anime, but I'm not for it, bro. I don't really care for slice of life anime, bro. Like say somebody recommends it to me, or it gotta be like really big in order for me to even give it a shot personally. But I gotta have some action or some plot twists, or just a in-depth storyline. Like even if it's not action, Monster wasn't like super action based. That was very like mystery. But again, good storyline. So that's what it just has to be for me. You gotta be like, kind of intriguing.
Yui's guitar. I already got Azusa's guitar, like the Mustang. Like that's the first thing I bought when I got here. I know it's like cringe, like moe cute. Like it's kind of like that, and the voices are kind of whatever. The songs really resonated with me. Every time I hear Tenshi ni Furete, I cry, bro. I love that anime, and it always has a special place in my heart. I would 100% recommend that to anybody who just wants to kind of escape and kind of feel this calm.
I respect it.
Like, everything's fine, and friends are what's important and stuff. It's very good.
Have you ever been unable to watch your favorite Netflix shows because they are only available in...
I'm sorry, Takashi. This has the most replay right here. I'm sorry, Takashi.
$0.03 a month plus 4 months free. Click the link below to get started. What anime is overrated?
Fairy Tail. Too much fan service.
I used to love Fairy Tail. I fell off of it. He said too much fan service. Kinda respect his opinion a little bit, because I mean, like how the last guy watched K-On!, there's certain animes where again what's gonna happen. It's cliche, kind of like Demon Slayer. Fairy Tail is like Demon Slayer is like the modern age Fairy Tail. You kind of know what's gonna happen. They may throw something in there that makes you take you for a little turn a little bit here and there, but it's not often. The good guy is gonna win. Obviously they kill off good guys in Demon Slayer. Again, so I said, it's like the modern day Fairy Tail a little bit. So but you know, it's something you kind of watch just to feel good. You know, hero typically always wins, gets stronger, new moves, stuff like that. But I haven't watched Fairy Tail recently, so I can't really speak on it too deeply because it's been a while. It's been a long while.
The plot sometimes to me feels like it moves too quickly. They're just like going from one enemy to the next without any like real character development. The characters don't really change as much. They sort of overuse the power of friendship. I'm fine with the power of friendship being used every now and then, and if it's explainable, yes. But there are times like, no, this is not valid. No, this does not make sense. No, how you feel does not always automatically mean you win. You can have all the courage you want, but if you don't have the power to back it up, you ain't gonna accomplish jack shit.
What about underrated anime?
Underrated, I would say Oregairu. Underrated because it doesn't have a lot of action, big fight scenes, but it's a critique, the social dynamics, the social influence of society, and how people are sort of products of the environment of which they are raised in, and how that will influence how you interact with people, how you see the world. It's a very interesting anime when you see the relationships people have between each other, the relationships they have because of society, and the relationships that they have with themselves because of who they interact with and how society portrays them.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
One Piece. The character development, the relatable background stories. If it's not,
it's just funny because one guy at the beginning said it's the most overrated. He's saying it's his favorite, but it's a lot of people's favorite. Again, like I said, you know, knock One Piece. They made it as far as they did for a reason.
Relatable, at the very least, it is understandable. Even if you may like, okay, I can't personally relate to this, but I can understand it. The story expands very well. Everything is, in some way, shape, or form, is connected. Each character feels as though they have a purpose. They're not just there to fill space or to fit into a trope. The god named Oda does do a very good job of making sure his characters get equal screen time when they need it, when they deserve it. And he does a very good job of making sure anything that was sort of dropped in the past gets revisited in the future. Even if something is in episode 1 or episode 2, if you look far enough, it was referenced or connected to something that happened later on in the story. And I think that the arcs flow very well. The story does a very good job of expanding itself. And Oda, while he does give you enough hints, guess, or be able to inference what happens next, he also surprises you. Listen, I trust Oda and his works. Wherever he stops, I will respect the man. He's done us justice, and I believe he will continue to do us justice.
What anime is overrated?
I think Demon Slayer is slightly overrated.
You know, it's funny to me how he's in Japan and how he's, I mean, it's not like it's not normal, but he's coming who aren't Japanese in Japan. I don't know. I think that's pretty cool, but you know, it's just random how it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's random to me. Majority of the people he's interviewing here are not Japanese. It looks like they're just in Japan visiting, but I mean, like I said, it's still pretty cool. Another person saying Demon Slayer is overrated. It's interesting.
Because I had a really hard time like getting into it just because of, I think an anime should have a really good hook in the beginning to get you into it. And I felt like for me personally, it wasn't as exciting, and it's so popular. Like it's more popular than like Spirited Away, which I can't.
You know, and like Buddy said earlier, I think the thing that gets the average viewer into the graphics, the animation, is the animation. The storyline does not start off and hook you in. That's actually true. It doesn't. I think it does do fan service, you know, a little bit. But again, like I said, you get a little deeper into it, and I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's one of the ones you watch it just because you're already hooked, or I mean, I like it, but I do agree with that statement. Like I do feel like, you know, the first episode of an anime should hook you, you know. But I think Death Note starts slow, but at the same time, like that show's fire. I don't know.
Can't like put together because I grew up with that, and so yeah, I would say it's overrated.
What anime is underrated?
I think Chainsaw Man is pretty underrated. I think it could be even more popular because I think the art style is really, they mix a lot of like 3D animation into it as well. So to watch, it's like something so brand new. And so I really liked
like enjoying that style of art. And
you know why I think Chainsaw Man is so underrated? I think it's because, and forgive me, because when it comes to names of characters, I don't remember them. But I think it's underrated because you start off with the main character being kind of goofy. He's goofy. He, you know, kind of perverted, you know, not kind of, but he is, and not very serious. But once they get into it, oh my gosh! Once you get like, once they start showing that the anime is more than just about him, once they start showing the anime like the power structure, the storyline, the everyone's ability, like just all around, like I said, like it gets out of that goofy phase. Once it gets out of that like, you know, kind of goofy phase a little bit, this anime, in my opinion, is kind of on the same level with Jujutsu Kaisen. If you don't think so, you know, to each his own. I like Jujutsu Kaisen a lot, but I think Chainsaw Man is very, very close, if not on the same level, and has the potential to be that. Chainsaw Man season 2 is gonna blow up, in my opinion. Like for the people who I don't know. Actually, I can't say that for sure, but I think it has that potential to blow the series up, because again, like I said, they kind of got out of like somewhat of a cringy phase. And I again, that's for me. I feel like that's what it was at the beginning of Chainsaw Man. I'm like, I don't really feel super comfortable watching this. It's a little cringy, but then, like I said, it's just once you get deeper into it, bro, the seriousness of that show is so fire. Like,
and I thought that the Chainsaw Man art from the manga to anime,
the art style as well,
better, and so it made it much more interesting to watch.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
I would say Attack on Titan is definitely my favorite. I did not want to watch it for years and years because it just had so much hype.
I don't know, AOT.
Now that I watched it, I was just like, this deserves to be even more popular, in my opinion. Yeah.
So what anime is overrated?
Naruto. This is coming from a One Piece fan. Naruto is very overrated. It's very hype. Obviously, ninja is very cool. This is spoilers. Naruto kind of being like a god. Everything was decided by fate. Whereas the whole time in the story of Naruto, about how fate doesn't matter and you can work your way up to become Hokage. But it turns out fate is what kind of helped him. The storyline kind of fell off at the end. However, I still respect it a lot. I still think it was...
It's my goal one day to watch Shippuden. And I want to watch it all the way through. I watched some of it. I watched the entire series of Naruto, watched it. Shippuden, didn't watch it all the way through. But that's my goal one day. maybe on stream. I think that'd be cool. I don't think Twitch will copyright that. So it's a plan.
Very beautifully done, but it's not as good as One Piece.
So what anime is underrated?
One of the most underrated anime, Berserk. I do still meet people who watch anime that have not seen Berserk, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you...
No, yeah, Berserk is super underrated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think I have to go into that. I think that's just... I think it's I agree. That's all, you know.
Doing this is like only 24 episodes. Maybe it's like 1990s anime art style that people don't like, but this is about a man, guts, and his true perseverance through life. You know what? I think a lot of guys like this more. It's kind of like this Sigma male mindset. So Berserk, definitely underrated. For new anime watchers, yes. Old anime watchers, they've probably seen it.
So what anime is your most favorite of all time?
One Piece. One Piece is the best manga of all time. The anime suffers a little bit from pacing, I understand, but the manga, the story of One Piece, best story progression, the world building. It's like Lord of the Rings, you know, this giant world created. This has been going on for about 25 years and it's still good. You know, there's a lot of series that kind of like just fall off and then get good again, fall off. This is just progressively amazing. It's like an exponential curve. It just keeps going up. So One Piece, best manga anime of all time. Unless, of course, he screws up the ending. We don't know if he'll screw it up. I don't think he will. I think he will be fine.
What anime is overrated?
Overrated, man. Oh, I'm gonna say One Piece. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. One Piece. I think One Piece. Don't kill me. I don't know what it is, but you know, like sometimes you might try something and you're like, I don't know. I'm not really into it. So I think One Piece is that for me. It never really pulled me in, like Naruto pulled me in, or Yu Yu Hakusho, or any of those, right? So, are you a fan? It seems like you're a fan.
No.
Okay.
So what anime is underrated?
Maybe Bleach, right? Because I feel like a lot of people they don't like Bleach, right? For some reason, they're not fans. It might be a bit slow. Sometimes it can be a bit slow, but I like it a lot. When it gets up there with action and...
Bleach is another one of the ones that I didn't finish. But when I watched it, left a very good impression on me. And going back to watch, just got to make the time to do so, but I wouldn't mind.
And stuff, I like it, but I think overall Bleach is underrated in my opinion. Because very few people seem to like it. You know what? Look, it's anime. If we're gonna go into a world that doesn't exist, you just expect anything. It's anime. So I think overall it's fine. If we're going into a world that's fictitious, expect fictitious things to happen. So I think Bleach. I like Bleach actually. So
Okay, what's your most favorite anime of all time?
To be honest, I would say I like Naruto, but Yu Yu Hakusho. I've watched Inuyasha too, Rurouni Kenshin is cool, but I think Yu Yu Hakusho is my #1 anime because I can watch it over and over. And when you reach the last episode, I wish they would continue. That's how good it is. So that's the feeling I look for when I'm watching anime, right? Can I watch?
I watched it as a kid, but again, that was as a kid, so recollection, can't remember much. I just know it left a good impression on me, so definitely something I want to rewatch. About watching the live action on Netflix, the adaptation looked pretty cool. So I'm thinking about watching that. Give that a shot.
Just consistently and not get
if
bored.
You watched it,
that's Yu Yu Hakusho for me.
Okay, so what anime is overrated?
What do y'all think about it?
I think Boruto is overrated. Naruto is so good that they should have finished the anime there. I think there is no person who prefers to watch Boruto instead of Naruto, right?
You know, it's like that sometimes. I mean, when a company sees it as so lucrative to continue a show, you just got One Piece continued it. Dragon Ball Z continued it. But what they did differently was they aged Naruto. Obviously, Goku aged, but it's not like you can see the age in Goku. He looks exactly the same. They aged Naruto, so it's like, okay, we have to kind of continue with this progression. We have to make him older so he can be Hokage one day. And it's a little friendlier for a show to be to have a kid as the main character. So I mean, you can't make a show that we started off with a kid and keep the main character, as a older man. So okay, we gotta readapt it and keep some of the main characters in the show. So I mean, kind of get the philosophy, but I never watched Boruto, so
I think Boruto is a very forced sequel. They just wanted to sell more instead of characters of the future. I would like to know more about characters of the past. So I think they lost that chance creating Boruto.
What about underrated anime?
I think Sword Art Online is a very underrated anime. I think the creators of Sword Art Online understand very much what people want to see. And Sword Art Online is a world where a young guy gets into the video game world. So they created the perfect anime where we can dream and we can
that got me. Sword Art SAO got me into like animes that like gaming, virtual reality animes. Like after that, then I started seeing like more of those, but that was like B1 at first. Season 1, I think everybody said season 1 was better than season 2, but that was a good show.
Be the main character, so I think that's a perfect idea.
What's your most favorite anime of all time?
My favorite anime is Naruto because when I was 13 years old, I was watching Naruto and I was very motivated to come to Japan. Of course, I knew that there is no ninjas here in Japan right now, but I wanted to see by myself the mountains, the waterfalls that appear in the Naruto anime. So I have a very special feeling towards Naruto.
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. My opinion on overrated anime. 進撃の巨人, Attack on Titan. Don't hate me. I've tried many times. Many of my friends.
I did not see that coming.
You know, but I don't know. I just couldn't enjoy it as much as I did Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece. You know, and then I think
it's just not his style. It's not his preference. It's like his genre preference. Because I feel like if you straight action anime, this is not just straight action. This is very much, you'll get some action with some dialogue, with some what they said earlier, social commentary. You know, you can get the plot twist. Again, the other anime is kind of, you know, again, to each his own. Everybody got their opinion.
I think Attack on Titan is now one of the most popular anime of all time, right? So this is just my opinion. I'm gonna give it a try again soon. Underrated anime would be Hokuto no Ken, the Fist of the North Star. I understand why it's kind of underrated because it's old actually. Like,
I never saw it.
80s or 90s, right?
I gotta check it out.
I've watched it when
I've heard of it.
9, 8, 7. And then Kenshiro, the protagonist of the anime, is my childhood hero. People just don't know the anime because it's old, you know? Like even my Japanese friend, my age, I think not many people have watched it, but somehow my mom liked it, so you know, just recommended me, and then I've watched it. It's one of my most favorite anime of all time. My most favorite anime of all time, Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk is
he said that before.
Yeah,
I think he said that in the last video.
Sport anime. It's not just basketball anime. It's the anime about life. And if you haven't watched it, I think it's definitely worth trying at least once in your life. I think it's on Netflix. I don't know in other countries, but at least in Japan, it's on Netflix. It's also one of the most popular anime in Japan, but I think it deserves more than that.
Okay. My camera's about to die, so I will catch y'all later. Y'all give me some thumbs up on the video. Drop some comments. Y'all comments on the last anime vid. There's a lot of different opinions there, and that's definitely one thing I found very interesting to actually, you know, see some people who do watch my videos, because I mean obviously I do mainly football content, but you know, when we do have the people who watch anime, or you know, again, like I said, like anime, come out and give their thought process. I think it's you know, cool, different taste of reality, you know, different side. But yeah, man, y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and appreciate y'all for watching. Stay blessed.